me be specific.
Anything I say tonight is allegedly. I don't know. I just be up here talking. I love Jamie Foxx. Let me say that. I love Jamie Foxx. But his motherfucking clone. His clone ain't.
You can't clone this. I brought you too much original. It ain't enough clone juice in the world to clone me.
Jamie Foxx clone allegations are beginning to sound more like facts than just rumors, y'all. And Katt Williams is right in the center of it. It's been alleged for a while now that Jamie got cloned in the hospital when he had that life-threatening health emergency in 2023. Word on the street is, most of these celebrities were cloned years ago. Allegedly, the versions of them we see now are just clones who have been designed and programmed to sound and act exactly like them. At the time Jamie ended up in the hospital, it was rumored by some sources close to his family that he died. However, his family didn't bother denying or confirming the rumors for days. Then, out of nowhere, Jamie supposedly got better and made a video looking like a whole different person. He reportedly had a blood clot in his brain and fell into a coma. But unlike most celebrities, his family was being very secretive about the details of his illness. At some point, there were even rumors that he died, but his family wasn't ready to announce it just yet. Chill. Rumors were flying around and everyone was eating it up. After weeks of being in the hospital, Jamie supposedly recovered, and the first thing he did was jump on social media to address everything. He said the entire experience was very traumatic for him, and even compared it to him going to hell and back.
I cannot even begin to tell you how far it took me and how it brought me back. I went through something that I thought I would never ever go through. And I know a lot of people were waiting, or wanting to hear updates, but to be honest with you, I just didn't want you to see me like that, man. I want you to see me laughing. Now, by being quiet, sometimes things, get out of hand. People saying what I got. Some people said I was blind, but as you can see, the eyes are working. The eyes are working just fine. Said I was paralyzed. I'm not paralyzed. But I did go through, I went to hell and back. And, I know they talk about people crying on videos, you could do take two, but I'm not gonna do a take two. It is what it is. And, some people were talking about I'm cloned.
Usually this would have been enough to convince people he was fine, but not this time around. People couldn't help but notice just how different he looked and sounded. Granted, he had just come out of a supposed coma, so it's not unheard of that he'll look a little different the first few days. However, this wasn't that kind of different. At least that's what people said. They said he looked unusually light, and we all know Jamie ain't no light-skinned man. He also appeared to suddenly have some pigments on his face that he never had in the past. Basically, they were saying Jamie died and that the person who was addressing his illness was a clone. Interestingly enough, just 2 months after he was admitted in the hospital, he released a Netflix movie titled They Tried to Clone Tyrone. Till this day, people believe that this movie was a reference to him being cloned, and that he made this movie way before he actually got sick, because he knew what the industry was planning to do to him. People jumped into the comments of his announcement for the movie, dragging him for using the cloning rumors as promo for his movie. Others also said the title of the movie was exactly the kind of thing a clone would say just to convince folks that he isn't a clone. One person said, "So all these cloning rumors are to promote a movie about clones? That's Hollywood for ya, LOL." Another person said, "Sounds like something a clone would say." Y'all gotta stay up. Jamie finally decided to address the clone allegations himself during his Netflix special some months ago. And honestly, this only made people more suspicious. Folks said he was trying too hard to debunk those clone allegations, and that if he really wasn't a clone, he wouldn't be dragging it on for this long. To be fair, he isn't the only celebrity who has been labeled as a clone, so he really shouldn't be this pressed about it.
Y'all said I was a clone? You really thought I was a clone. Oh, Diddy got that. That's a clone. That ain't Jamie Foxx. Look at that, man. That ain't him.
I watched the Jamie Foxx special, and he kept referring to the fact he wasn't a clone too many times for me. And with all what happened after they cloned Tyrone dropped, I don't know, y'all. Everything is a conspiracy until it isn't. I don't know. Jamie Foxx bringing up the clone stuff just made me think he was a clone. And this person wasn't the only one who was thinking like this. It was actually after this Netflix special that Katt Williams also stepped into the chat to give his 2 cents about the Jamie cloning allegations. And let's just say, he is very much also part of the folks who believe Jamie is a clone. He pointed out all the inconsistencies in Jamie's looks and his actions since he came out of that hospital that point to him being cloned. He brought up the fact that Jamie never had freckles a day in his life, but after he came out of that hospital, he had a whole bunch of them.
Jamie Foxx, let me say that. I love Jamie Foxx. But his clone. His clone ain't shit. His clone kept on messing up. The clone showed up with a face full of freckles. We ain't never even seen Jamie Foxx with freckles. This clone is stupid as hell. The clone didn't even have a tattoo on the back of his head. I couldn't believe it. I watched the whole thing twice. I still don't know what had happened was.
And just when we thought the allegations couldn't get any worse, people brought up a scene from Jamie's show, The Jamie Foxx Show, in which he seemingly referenced being cloned. This just made people even more convinced that Jamie always knew he was going to get cloned at some point. The fact that he made this reference way before any of this actually happened is crazy. Mind you, this show came out all the way back in 1996.
Hello, King's Tower.
Auntie!
Auntie, who is this?
This is Jamie.
Jamie. I'm standing right next to Jamie. Whoever this is, I don't have time for your games.
Who's that?
Somebody acting like he was you.
Tell you what, why don't I get this one and when I get through, I'll make sure he don't call here no more.
Good.
Whoever it is.
Thank you.
All right?
All right, then I'll just go in the
All right,
office.
then. Yeah. Yo, who this? This is Jamie. Who's this? Jamie? No, this is the new Jamie, fool. And if you know what's good for you and your family, you'll stay away from here till I can plan my getaway.
It's safe to say those clone allegations aren't going away anytime soon till Jamie is able to prove past word of mouth that he is not a clone. Until then, he'll probably be addressing this for a while. As usual, people had their thoughts like this person who said, Jamie Foxx, you can't clone this. My conspiracy theory self. That's exactly what a clone would say. Another person said, in all my years of seeing Jamie Foxx on TV, the man never had freckles. He was on that ish crying with his fake hairline. I'm looking like, nah, who is this? But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Katt Williams exposing Jamie Foxx for allegedly being a clone? And do you think his family also has a hand in his alleged cloning? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.